Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm Jeanne Francine here with you for the next few hours to give you all of your breaking news alerts, top stories, and of course your live events of the day on this Wednesday morning following some tragic breaking news, which takes us out to South Korea. I want you to take a good look at your screen. We're getting this live image from South Korea, courtesy of our content partners over at Reuters. They say we're getting a live look at a site where a firefighting helicopter crashed while extinguishing deadly wildfires in South Korea. And that is our breaking news headline. I want to show you all some of the latest video that we're getting from our content partners on this Wednesday morning. As you look at the devastation unfold, I want to read to you the very latest from the Associated Press. They say wind-driven wildfires that were among South Korea's worst ever were ravaging the country's southern regions at this time, killing at least 24 people, destroying more than 200 structures, and forcing 27,000 people to evacuate. That coming from officials in that area this Wednesday. The death toll includes a pilot who died after a helicopter crashed during efforts to contain wildfires in the southeastern town of that area, one of the area's hardest hit, and that was that live image I had shown you just moments ago. We are learning the aircraft had no other crew members. The National Fire Agency said at least 26 other people sustained varying degrees of injuries. An ancient Buddhist temple, houses, factories, and vehicles were among the structures destroyed in the wildfires that have burned 43,330 acres.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. Today is Noga, March 27th, 2025, and it's March 28th. Well, today is Zedek, the 27th. And thank you for being here. It is good to be here. Now, beloved, what's going on here? What seems to be the problem? What seems to be the issue? What is it that everywhere and every place is when we turn on the news, it's always something, especially right now in South Korea. What did the so-called the Korean did to our people? If you're familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson, you do know that the so-called Korean are not our friend. They never were and they never will be. If you're familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson, you know that the so-called South Korea and North Korea, the reason why they gain their wealth, it is strictly from black folk, point blank, period. All their wealth, all what you're hearing about Samsung and all that, some of you, you're familiar with this incident, rooftop Korean boys. Some of you, you're familiar with this. You're familiar doing the, let me try to read it. Okay, during the 1992, LA riot, okay? Okay, rooftop Koreans or roof Koreans refer to the Korean American business owners and residents during the 1992 Los Angeles riot who armed themselves and took the rooftop of local businesses to defend themselves. Their unrest an urban area was sparked by the acquittal of four Los Angeles Police Department officers and the beating of Rodney King, and result in rioting and looting, along with widespread violence and arson throughout the city. Many had felt abandoned by law enforcement, which was criticized for its slow response in Koreatown. The imagery of armed shopkeepers became emblematic of Korean American struggle during the riots and has since been embraced by gun rights advocates as an example of the necessity of self-defense and the absence of state protection. Some of you remember this. And some people know that the so-called Korean, they pretty much own all the nail salon, okay, all the hair products that black women are buying, and black men also, and pretty much they own the nail salon too, the nail salon where you do your nails and manicure, pedicure. I'm not too familiar with the term and context and stuff like that. So those are, and K-pop, okay, K-pop music, okay, which is another word, Korean popular music, another word, black music, okay. So they, everything that they are doing over there, it's black culture with Korean so-called faces, okay. This is not how they actually look, okay, beloved, all right. Those guys, that's this is not how they look. They have an insane amount of surgery. As you can see, they all look feminine. It's they, well, not feminine, excuse me, effeminate. Okay, you got BTS and all this stuff. All the women, they don't look like that. Okay, they have an insane amount of surgery to look like this. In fact, it is in their culture for you to have surgery. 64 to 70% of them have surgery to look like this. Okay, to look like this small cartoonish, like you know, look at this dude. Uh, this one, oh man, I lost it. It was right here. I lost it. Okay, you cannot make a difference between the men and the women. They kind of look alike. They, you know, the women only is that because their hair are long, and the men, for instance, you know, look at the men. You know, look at this dude right here. I can zoom in this thing. You know, it's like purple hair, and they look very effeminate because that's what they consider to be masculine, to be manly. Excuse me, not masculine, manly over there. So we had multiple videos talking about Korea, and we went in depth in some of them, and today we're going to be doing pretty much the same thing, but now with the wildfires. Now, what seems to be the issue? Beginning on this year, well, last year of the Gentiles New Year in December 2024, we witnessed an airplane descend there in North Korea, and everybody on board perished except for one person. The airplane landed, crashed, and things like that happened. And after that, there was another airplane in South Korea, and then the whole thing with it literally caught on fire. Then we got a bunch of stuff that happened, wildfire in Japan, and but we will, for the sake of this video, we'll focus on South Korea. What's going on? We already told you in North Korea they barely have children. There is a state, what they call province, over there in South Korea. In North Korea, they have no kids. There's no children at all. There's no children. I'm talking about like not only infant babies, infant, toddlers, and teenagers. It's just adults only. Okay, and pretty much South Korea, it's the same. Japan and most of the Asian country, white countries, and Arabs, they don't have kids as you thought you think they have. You know, although they will put it they are family people, it's not. The so-called Korean draw their wealth from the black community, point blank period. Whenever you're hearing the Samsung, oh, they are good at technology, bull. Now they are unable to draw their wealth from the black community. Their population collapse. Japan, China, all of them, every single country around the world, that's where they draw their money. It's because the people in our community, we stop praying for them, we stop doing business with them, we stop mingling and then fighting for them, and then now they are dying. So now you see in Korea, they say there's 24 people or no more in these wildfires. Of course, beloved, we know it's way more than that. Of course, you know, they're gonna come out there. So 24, that's not bad. It's like 24 people, 24 elderly. Okay, those people were already on their way out. Okay, let's keep on moving.
Government's emergency response center confirming that information.
You know what? For the sake of this video, let's go in the beginning and then we'll go through it.
I'm Jeanette Francine, here with you for the next few hours to give you all of your breaking news alerts, top stories, and of course your live events of the day on this Wednesday morning following some tragic breaking news, which takes us out to South Korea. I want you to take a good look at your screen. We're getting this live image from South Korea, courtesy of our content partners over at Reuters. They say we're getting a live look at a site where a firefighting helicopter crashed while extinguishing deadly wildfires in South Korea. And that is our breaking news headline. I want to show you all some of the latest video that we're getting from our content partners on this Wednesday morning. As you look at the devastation unfold, I want to read to you the very latest from the Associated Press. They say wind-driven wildfires that were among South Korea's worst ever were ravaging the country's southern regions at this time, killing at least 24 people, destroying more than 200 structures, and forcing 27,000 people to evacuate. That coming from officials in that area this Wednesday. The death toll includes a pilot who died after a helicopter crashed during efforts to contain wildfires in the southeastern town of that area, one of the area's hardest hit, and that was that live image I had shown you just moments ago. We are learning the aircraft had no other crew members. The National Fire Agency said at least 26 other people sustained varying degrees of injuries. An ancient Buddhist temple, houses, factories, and vehicles were among the structures destroyed in the wildfires that have burned 43,330 acres. The government's Emergency Response Center confirming that information with the Associated Press. We're learning in a televised address early this Wednesday, South Korea's acting president said the wildfires that began last Friday were causing worse damage than many other past wildfires. And you can see at this time, as I switch back to the live image we are getting out in South Korea this morning, that those wildfires do still burn. Again, it did kick off last Friday, but on this Wednesday, they are still burning and still not 100% contained. We are learning crews are struggling to extinguish the wildfires because strong winds swept the areas overnight.
Again, what you're witnessing here, you see it pretty much everywhere. You see it in Palisades, you see it in all over California, really. The wind is fighting against them. When there is a fire, there's nothing those people can do about it. They cannot fight it. Their firemen or fire fighters over there, they are dying in their helicopters and trying to put this thing out. Like we said before, those people, this is the technology. They really do not have any type of weather machine that they can control or make it rain and stop the wildfire. Okay, they don't have any CERN, they don't have any up, they don't control the weather, because if they did, none of those things wouldn't happen. Asheville would not happen. Palisades would not happen. The tornadoes in Mississippi, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri, and all those places, it would have never happened because they can control the weather. If you can control the weather, you are God. If you can control the weather, you achieve quantum leap, so to speak. If you can control the weather, you are a master magician. Those people, their magic are inferior to ours, which is their technology, so to speak. Their technology stop at the nanoscale. They can't go to the pico and femto realm, because if you go to the femto realm, if you come up with the technology that literally can store information at the femto realm, you literally control reality. You can create it whatever that you need. If you need water, you need a cup, you need a car, you need money, you need a house, you need a person, you need a servant. You just created it out of thin air, because for instance, well, that's what they say. Water is made out of H2O, one hydrogen and two oxygen, and you can combine that on the femto level and make water and make sugar and make everything. Okay, they don't have this technology. That's why you see all those things in South Korea are happening. And this is not only in South Korea. In Japan, that wildfire is the same as it is in North Korea, South Korea. It's not under control. They can control it. They are fighting against the wind. They are fighting against nature, and their quote unquote topography over there in Korea and South Korea is very dangerous. It's very hard for them to do this. All right. So again, little by little, the Holy One is sweeping those people off the land. There's a video. We will get there. We will get the whole spring break video and things like that. Okay. So as you can see, their temple, their Buddhist temple, which is not their temple over there. A lot of the stuff that you're seeing in North, South, Japan, and China, though it doesn't belong to those people. Just like people are saying, well, the Native American, those things, those Mayaks, the pyramid belong to them. Those huge stuff belong to the Pretendian and the Siberian or whatever. It doesn't belong to those people. Just like when you go to Egypt, you say, oh, those are pyramid. They belong to those Egyptian over there. No, it doesn't. It's the same thing for the so-called the Japanese, Chinese, and South Korean, wherever the Cambodian over there. When you go to what this place called over there in Cambodia, um, it's a giant pyramid. They don't even know who built it. Okay, let's see if we can get that. Forgot the name. Biggest pyramid in Cambodia. Angkor, excuse me. I don't think is it Angkor? Angkor pyramid. Angkor pyramid. Biggest pyramid in Asia. Okay, Gunung Padang site in West Java, Indonesia. For instance, this pyramid, okay, in Indonesia, it's not for the Indonesian didn't build that. Okay, it's not them. Okay, pyramid in India. Okay, the pyramid in India. Okay, those pyramids, they didn't build those things. The Indians, so to speak, didn't build that. All right. Okay, let's Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat pyramid. Okay, you know what? Let me try to. I believe it's Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat. Is that what that is? Yeah, I believe Angkor Angkor Wat. All right. I always confuse Angkor Wat with the I forgot. It's a 3D animation on Netflix. Okay, so they didn't build those things. People always assume because those people over there they build it. No, they not. Once the Holy One did sweep us off of the land, and they were able to move there. So what you're seeing here in Korea, it's little by little. The population is dying. Their economy is pretty much done, and the people are being no more. The Holy One is cleaning off the land. The planet is being cleaning. What you are seeing happening over there in Korea, it's happening worldwide. It's everywhere. Well, at least everywhere. Those people are not supposed to be there. Okay? Those wildfires will not stop, and they cannot be stopped. All right?
We're learning about 4,650 firefighters, soldiers, and other personnel are working to extinguish the wildfires with the help of about 130 helicopters. Observers in the area say the ongoing wildfires are the third biggest in South Korea in terms of land burned. And you can really see how big these wildfires are burning at this hour as the videographer and photographer there on the ground as he pans around.
So they just explain things. They just explain things away to you. There are much more footage, so we have to take multiple angles for us to understand what the hell is going on out there. Do you really believe those people are setting up their own land on fire? They are using their own DEWs to, put their own land on fire? Okay. Remember a few days ago, military South Korean drop bomb on village. Okay, remember that?
Two South Korean fighter jets accidentally dropped 8 bombs on a civilian area during a joint live fire exercise with the U.S. military today, injuring 15 people. Janice Mackey-Freya reports from Beijing.
A mistake that came dangerously close to being deadly from the South Korean military overnight, as seen in stunning video showing the moment of impact of one of the bombs. It happened during training for joint exercises with the U.S. military involving live fire drills. 8 bombs were accidentally dropped from South Korean fighter jets on a civilian village about 20 miles from the North Korean border. Now, they were supposed to hit a training range, but left 15 people with injuries. 2 of them are said to be in serious condition.
So again, you keep seeing those things happen in South Korea. They are not happening because South Korea, they hate them now. They put them in the news because the Holy One is judging them. Remember, there is a lot of folks that are in the so-called camp. They love North Korea because of Kim Jong Un. They like, well, North Korean, they are our people because they do not mess with the U.S. They are tough. A lot of the people in the so-called the truth, they love the Amish because the Amish are separate people. They are holy people because they don't mess with technology. Therefore, they are the tribe of Israel, so to speak. All right. So what's going on in North Korea, South Korea, is going on worldwide, and it is judgment. Let's keep on moving. Okay. So again, this is worldwide. This is in North Carolina.
Welcome to News 13 at noon. I'm Tammy Watford. People in both Carolinas are on high
11
alert this
hours
afternoon
ago.
as those wildfires continue to spread. There is now a state of emergency declared in 2 counties. Wildfires from Polk County have spread into Henderson County, and that's prompting a state of emergency and mandatory evacuations in the Summer Haven community. An emergency shelter is open in Hendersonville. It is located at the Henderson County Parks and Recreation Athletics and Activities Center on South Grove Street. Also, a state of emergency is declared in Transylvania County as fires break out there. Emergency officials are working on opening a shelter. And we've just learned that the city of Saluda has also issued a state of emergency. Over 160 homes are evacuated around the 2 largest fires that are still at 0% containment. At least 11 homes have burned to the ground. It comes as high winds fuel the growing wildfires across the area. Hundreds of firefighters met at daybreak in Polk County to head back out. News 13's Kimberly King joins us live from the fire headquarters on the grounds of the Tryon Equestrian Center. And Kim, you were at that early meeting. What are the plans there for this afternoon?
Tammy, they get assignments first thing at daybreak, and this lot behind me was filled with firefighters and fire trucks coming in not only from across North Carolina, but across the country. And they're out right now on those fire lines. As we know, 2 of the larger fires in Polk County are at 0% containment. But
again, this is what you keep hearing, 0% containment, because the fire is supernatural, is holy. The fire is being set by our people through our prayers, through our fasting, through our people keeping the vibration high. There'll be no Jacob trouble. What you are seeing here, this is not Jacob's trouble. What you are seeing here is judgment. What you're seeing here is a prelude to things that's going to be normalized. You see, when you're watching the weather and then they say, oh, well, it's going to snow, it's going to rain, and things like that, then this is what's going to be there. Oh, well, there will be a wildfire starting in that point and this point over there. Be careful. We have information that a wildfire will be started this week. This today will be a wildfire, and sometime it will be. Most of the time it will. Because that's what's going to happen. That's what is happening. 0% contained. Those people cannot fight this. They don't have any technology that they are so great. They're going to rule the world. The Nephilim on their side, giving them the technology. And then we, the so-called the children of light, are a bunch of dummy. The Messiah is a coward. He just sit there and let those people do whatever the hell they want to do to us. up until they done finishing destroying us another second time. And then now he sent the chariot pick up this camp, okay, and after that destroy America, and then send us in the Middle East to send that strip of land, and then we can rule there while the Gentiles have the entire 99.99% of the world. They are ruling all over, get the best resources, and then we're in the desert with our women being slave unto us, of course, and then we only use them for reproduction, but we prefer to be with other men, and have the women cover themselves everywhere, their head, their face, because the women body is disgusting. We don't want to see that. And we will have the women being in the kitchen. They are not allowed to study or do anything or even read the Bible, because they're inferior, because that's what the Bible said. And then women, we're going to play with other men, enjoy each other, stuff like that. And when it's time for us to reproduce, and we will produce we'll begin from the back door and finish from the front door, and that's what it is. This is the kind of vibe that the camps are putting out there. This is the kind of vibe that a lot of the women cannot wait to get. A lot of the women, whether you want it or not, they cannot wait to our women and to themselves to being raped and have their throats slit and be enslaved, and watch our children and their children being raped, and so they can go to Jacob's trouble. It is, I'll say this again, I'm going to keep saying it's essential. Those people, that's what they do. It's something that they love. They fantasize about that. They want to see our people getting raped in the street. They want to see this again. 1920s lynching photos. Okay. All right, so everything is censored now. Okay, they want to see that again. Okay, this was not Jacob's trouble. They want to see. Okay, well, view image. Okay, they want to see our brothers being hang upon trees again. All right, all right. They want to see that. All right, so they can get themselves off of that. All right, people do this type of thing. They will put picture like this, and then they will pleasure themselves watching this. They want that to happen. I've talked about this multiple times, hundreds of times, where it is a sexual things, where our own people or people that look like us, they love that. They love to see the dead, burnt body of our brothers and sisters being burned, and they are pleasuring themselves and watch it and say, yes, this is good. They want to see babies being thrown to alligators. Okay, they want to see our babies being used as alligator baits. It's something they sexually get off of it. I'm not making this up. A lot of women fantasize about, like, having their children. You would have thought, like, man, this is disgusting. This is not something that I would want to see and get involved with. But no, those people get off on things like that. They get off on things like that. Okay, they want to see the alligators, the crocodile, just like Pharaoh was throwing our babies, the baby boys, to the alligators. Some of the Israelites were happy. They love to see this because it's something that is sexual. They have issue with whoever at home, and they want this person to suffer too. And then they want the whole nation to go through this again in order for us to be redeemed for salvation. All right, but here we are keeping the vibration high. Okay, we're watching what's going on in the midst of 83. We say, oh hell no, you ain't gonna do this to us again. If anything, we are going to do this to you. Over here we keep the vibration high. We say, great glory, great praise to the mighty one. All right, beloved, it is 29. Let's play the trailer for the people that are interested in getting the art class. if you wish to sign up for the art class, send an email to lightwarrior8k@gmail.com. It's over here. You can pause it and send the email and get started. The brother and the sister will teach you the path how you can make your own things like this.
The nasty filth that miscreate.
Okay, for instance, if you wish to see the video, there is hmm, well, there was a template there. Oh, yeah, well, let's. If you wanna know how to make things like that, let's enlarge it. If you wanna know how to make things like this.
Most High, this is your servant, Big Judah. I ask permission to raise your temple from these sands and enter therein, for the appointed time has come.
No, we want to know how to do this. Things like that. Show how people are the high vibration. Spending time together, being at peace.
Hey, Ruffy, make a devil disintegrate. Hold my face to the east and I alternate. Watch me levitate, 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 reality, levitate, 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 not elevate, levitate, 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 reality, levitate, 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 not elevate.
Halt. Don't take a step no further. Lightness required from detached observers. No escape from the struggles of warfare. Ancestral wars, no dark clouds. Wherefore only the bold can cross the rainbow bridge. Not an ounce of fear, no looks down, not a smidge. Don't shun obstacles, off path, no switch, or give a single fudge or the tug of a yappy. Rich in the heart, deep elemental balance. Fight hard to bestow meaningful, crucial talent. Serve the purpose, gatekeepers hold no malice. Ride Michael Lines, find the peaceful floating palace. Dome of Kublai Khan, echoes of the Yuan. Mandate of heaven from decrees laid upon. Wings like these needed not to float as swans. Visions of gods bearing many wise spawns.
Levitate, 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 levitate.
So if you want to know how to make things like this, we have our brother and our sister. They have a class. Okay, if you want to join the class, this is the email. You're going to email lightwarrior8k@gmail.com, and they will walk you through the process, the times, the money, the payments, and things like that. It's going to take for you to be part of whatever that we are going to do. Okay, that is, of course, if you are interested in this. Again, you can go ahead and watch the movie that we just released 3 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, and you can search welcome to the AK party, the Sacrament movie album. The people love it. You can go ahead. 2 weeks ago, 11 days ago, you can go ahead and watch it. Okay, got over 247 comments. The people love it. All right, go ahead and
the 8K family.
Watch it.
Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available now on Amazon.com.
All right, if you wish to get the book, to know your guardian angel and things like that, all the information we provide, you can get the book. The link is in the description. You can get the album. You can either purchase it and listen it for free, and you can do whatever that you please if the spirit moves you. Okay, all the information that you need, they are in the description, so to speak. All right, let's keep on moving. Okay, so this is pretty much everything that those people are trying to do. Ben Beck told, and they just explaining to you what's going on, people on the phone. But let's see, there's a video that I just saw. I think this one. Okay, this one came out.
A towering inferno teetering dangerously close to homes in this Florida neighborhood. This is a growing ring of fire forces Carolinians to flee the flames. In Polk County, North Carolina, 3 wildfires burning nearly 7,000 acres of land.
I'm hoping that it doesn't jump and we get it over there and burns up our property.
Multiple fires in the Carolinas sparked by a combination of warm temperatures and strong winds. The region still healing after Hurricane Helene just months ago.
Again, like we told those people, you are not going to get away with this. It's just going to be one thing after another, after another, after another, until you are completely and utterly off the land. People are like, oh well, we were built, gang, the Hurricane Helene and stuff like that. We were built because we were built because FEMA there. We were built. We were strong. We were strong together, man. We got money. The government got our back. We got money. Government is there. We were built. Okay. To rebuild, you will need 1, money. 2, time. Above all, 3, you will need to be there. You will need to be alive. See, a lot of people are dying because of this wildfire. A lot of people are getting sick because of this wildfire. See, Asheville, what happened during Helene, they just stifled the whole thing. People don't talk about Asheville anymore unless we bring it up here. Unless we talk about it here. That's the only time you heard about Asheville. People think Asheville already done, Asheville, they like, oh man, Asheville is already back up, it's building, everybody's cool over there, everything is good. No, they're not. And now they are dealing with this wildfire. They've been dealing with wildfires. And people pretend all those things have nothing to do with prophecy. People pretend this is Jacob's trouble. People pretend that, oh, well, this is Jacob's trouble because we got black people living in the mountain over there in Carolinas. They try to land grab so they can build smart city. I don't know where you people are. It is always, it's every day with you people with some kind of weird conspiracy. Those people are burning their land so they can build a better city. Okay, it was gentrification. They move into the hood. Now the whole hood thing is not working. And people are asking themselves, well, the so-called the Democrat, the Biden administration bringing all those illegal migrant over there and stuff to kill black people, to take over and stuff like that. Now the Trump administration is sending them back as if they were not, as if there is a difference between them. No, we told you the reason why they are bringing they were bringing those migrants there is for them to pad their numbers. Okay? Because their population, they lost a lot during the whole fiasco in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. They lost a lot of people. Then they are still all losing people. Okay? So before I go to this stuff, let me see. Downtown New York, Brooklyn, empty. Let me see. I think Bronx. No, that's not the video. Okay. The Bronx empty, no migrant. Brooklyn Street empty, no migrant. I don't know why this thing put empty as an M. Empty. Okay. Well, there was a woman that film. Is that the one? Well, anyway, there's a video a young lady upload that she show how the um, the place is
A towering inferno, teetering danger.
the place is empty because all those migrants left. Well, they deported them because they are the one who brought them here, so they can padded the number and so they can destroy our people like they've been doing, but not this time. Those migrants that they brought here, they had brought to destroy our people, ended up destroying them. You have no idea how many people those so-called migrants killed and murdered. And it's not regular people, like rich millionaire people, and take their stuff. For instance, Keanu Reeves watch found in South America. Live in Peru. And Chile? Yes.
Tonight, police in Chile say they've recovered luxury watches belonging to action star Keanu Reeves. Stolen in a criminal scheme that could have been pulled right from one of his movies. During an interview on Chilean TV, police showing one of the Rolexes found during a police operation in Santiago. The $9,000 Submariner watch, engraved with the words, "Keanu, thank you." The actor gifted several other watches with the same inscription to the stuntmen he worked with on John Wick 4. A franchise, coincidentally, that begins with Reeves's character John Wick seeking revenge after his house is broken into. The jewelry is thought to have been stolen from the actor's Los Angeles home in late 2023. Local Chilean media reporting that 16 watches in total were recovered over the weekend, and that at least 3 could belong to Reeves. Chilean police say at least one person was detained. It's the latest development in a continuing crackdown on alleged crime tourism rings. Officials sounding the alarm last year over Chilean criminal gangs who take advantage of the fact that people from Chile can travel to the US for 90 days without a visa. Those gangs connected to a string of burglaries across Southern California.
While I was at my game yesterday, I had a home invasion, and they took most of my prized possessions.
In November, both the NBA and NFL issued a warning to its players about burglary risks after a string of break-ins that targeted high-profile athletes, including two-time MVP Patrick Mahomes and his teammate Travis Kelce. The NBA saying the FBI warned that many of the burglaries were connected to transnational South American theft groups, and that the groups used advanced methods and tools like pre-surveillance, drones, and signal jamming devices. These burglary rings tend to hit very wealthy homes, and that's why so many celebrities are among the victims.
So that's what they were going. That's what they were doing, and this was 2 months ago, December 31st, around like December this thing came out. They were hating the wealthy, and they were murdering and killing a bunch of those people too. So now, what those guys saw that their plan literally backfire. So that's why they sent those people back wherever they came from, or what, at least that's what they said. They pretend they are sending them. That's why they did this, because it backfired on them. And then now some of the places you see the street traffic is getting lighter. You see less people in the street, and you're going to see less and less, which give you the illusion that, oh, Trump is deporting people, when in fact those people are being no more. A lot of them are dead. They just simply, they are no more. A hell of a lot of people died during the whole fiasco, and much more are going to die. For instance, family looking for answer after father murder-suicide. That's no. After, let's take away. Oops. Is that no? They'll give me things 2 years ago. Nah. Something just happened. Okay, you know what? Let me go to the
Tonight,
to this.
A towering inferno teetering dangerously close to homes in this Florida neighborhood. This is a growing ring of fire forces Carolinians to flee the flames. In Polk County, North Carolina, 3 wildfires burning nearly 7,000 acres of land.
I'm hoping that it doesn't jump and we get it over there and burns up our property.
Multiple fires in the Carolinas sparked by a combination of warm temperatures and strong winds. The region still healing after Hurricane Helene just months ago. In Greenville, South Carolina, crews have been working around the clock, doing whatever they can to contain the blaze. The Table Rock fire burning nearly 2,500 acres. Wendy Clark leaving last night with whatever she could carry.
This feels like back-to-back natural
back to back, and then you won't be able to do anything. It's just this is only for the fire. Wait until when you are being chased down by your own people, shooting you and then stealing your whatever that you have. It happened in Nashville.
Disasters. Never in my 52 years did I think that I would be running from my home from a fire.
The fallen trees left over from Helene further feeding the flames.
I mean, it's just like a tinderbox, just ready.
We're at Incident Command Center. These ground crews behind me are keeping a close eye on the winds to make sure this tower of smoke behind me doesn't get any closer.
Thanks for watching. Stay up.
Okay, so the fire is really destroying people, all right? Let me show those 2 videos. I know a lot of folks will get angry about this, but it is what it is.
Understand how something like this could have happened. They say the couple was married for over 20 years and there was never any signs of domestic abuse.
Again, there were never any sign of domestic abuse. I want my people to watch this. Stop being emotional. Don't be emotional. I don't want my people to start watching and say, oh, he's black, she's black, therefore they are our people and they got murdered by white people. Or that something look fishy here and stuff like that. Understand? Not all those folks that look like us are us. And not only that, a hell of a lot of things that look like us, that are us, sold us out. They don't want nothing to do with our people. They already make they struck their deal. They made their choice. And this is the result. All right? And this is tied up with the population growth or whatever you want to call it.
They even told me they didn't know a gun was in the home.
Total surprise. Unexpected. He adored her. Whatever Renee wanted, Chris would give it to her.
Marion Shaw is still coming to grips with the fact that she'll never see her oldest daughter, Teresa Adams Pugh, again. The family called her Ree.
Fun-loving, the life of our family party.
Marion says her daughter had 4 children and 15 grandchildren. They say Teresa was proud that her granddaughter Denia was heading to North Carolina A&T this fall.
She just wanted us to be the best we could be, like you could tell. Like.
The Johnson County Sheriff's Office says around 6:45 Saturday afternoon.
Again, with the name, okay?
45 Saturday afternoon. County Sheriff's Office.
With the name Danny, Adams, Adam, Smith, okay? The Iron, you know, Danielle, of course. Danielle 12-1, you know what to do, in there, okay, all those things.
It says around 6:45 Saturday afternoon. Okay, their dispatch center received a call from 10 Cheney Drive in Garner. Investigators say the caller said nothing before hanging up, which prompted 911 communications to call the number back. That's when the sheriff's office says a man answered the phone saying he did not call 911. The dispatch overheard a woman in the background saying, "Why do you want to kill me? I need help." When deputies arrived, they heard a gunshot inside the home. 911 communications called the number back, and the man told them he would come outside to speak with officers. But when he didn't, negotiators tried to convince him to come outside. They ultimately had to obtain a search warrant to enter the home. And that's when they found 53-year-old Chris Pugh and his wife, 54-year-old Teresa Adams Pugh, a couple who loved ones say had been married for more than 20 years. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office is investigating this tragedy as a murder-suicide. And loved ones say they saw no signs of domestic abuse.
Okay, so you got those two couple here, all right? Good people. They got family, and there were no signs of any type of uh, battle or any discord or chaos in the midst of them. They look happy. Okay, they look happy. Yet something like that happened, which they classify as murder suicide. Okay, now let's say it is, because most people would say, well, they were killed by some, weird entity or whatever. What's going on here? What seems to be the issue? Well, we had entered a shift. We had entered a new age. We have entered a new level, new frequency. The vibration is different. All those, whether they look like us or they don't, that are vibrating on a low frequency that cannot level up, they will be left behind. And this is how you're being left behind. No hostility, no argument, nothing. It seems like a solid dude. The girl seems okay. They've been together for 20 years. And then, bam, this thing happened. All right, this thing happened. And this is what's going on. A lot of the people that had made their choice, I was speaking with Brother Vessel of Honor, which saw this thing, and Sister... one of the sisters sent me a text about spring break. Sister Wami Black sent me a text concerning spring break 2021 and 2025, how it's different. People are asking, where are the people over there? We'll watch the video. And people are saying, well, the reason because of the tariff, the Canadian is the... No, that's not... A hell of a lot of 2/3 are gone. A hell of a lot of 2/3 young people are gone. And they are dying at an alarming rate. And people are seeing them, being found in the mountain. And a lot of our people get emotional because, these firefighters take picture of this and you shouldn't do this. And a lot of people don't ask themselves, but what seems to be the issue here? What's going on? A lot of folks that refuse, the church going, the one that always want to fight. You see them on TikTok. You see Brother Slide and Brother Moyel always going against those people because they are the one that bring the most heat. They are the one that bring the most hatred. And those people are being dealt with. Unfortunately, there is a lot of folks that are still emotionally attached to the black thing. Well, he, she, they are black, therefore they are Israelites, they are saved, and nothing should happen to them. When in fact, a lot of those people, they will argue to hell with you. And you have no idea what those people were going through their life, man. They may look happy, it could have been something, a debt, or some kind of stuff they were dealing with, and they have nobody they can talk to. They can't go to their pastors because, well, you ain't gonna bring me no money. I'm a freaking pastor, I need money. They can't go to their family because they don't trust them. And then they decided, hey, that's the way out. That is if it was a murder-suicide. If it's something else, no one thing. Because of this vibration that how long we are into this thing. Oh, good grief. We are almost one. All right, so let's keep on moving. So a lot of people that refuse to get with the program, they refuse to step in because they already made their decision years ago, and then that's what's going on now. A lot of them are being no more for no reason, no apparent reason, and then this dude just wake up, something happened, he took the wife out, and then he took himself out.
Loved ones say have been married for more than 20 years. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office is investigating this tragedy as a murder-suicide. And loved ones say they saw no signs of domestic abuse.
You would never, my papa he never yelled at us or there's no way you would have suspected. He never yelled at us, whooped us, none of that.
He wasn't violent.
He never did anything. He never beat them. He never yelled. He never did anything. And then that's when the anger, that's when you need to be very alert and wary when you see things like that. This man is very cool. He never said anything. Just because he doesn't talk, he doesn't get into argument, doesn't mean he's not dealing with things. That's why we told our people we got this upcoming fast coming up in May. You're going to have to deal with your dark side. Those angers, those anxieties, those panic attacks, those frustration, sexual frustration. You're going to have to deal with those things, because there is a lot of sexual frustration in the midst of our people that make them act and think and say things that normally they would not say this. As a man, there's something here. Boy, okay, well, you know what? Let's watch this and then I'll show you what it is.
At all.
You can't even say you seen him mad, because I could count on my hand how many times
Like,
he
they
mad one
fussed
hand.
in front of us. Like,
None of
that.
Neighbors who didn't want to be identified say during the standoff, officers were asking residents to either evacuate or not come home.
I pulled up my Ring doorbell, and an officer was approaching, just telling me, please do not come home. He wouldn't tell me what was going on, but just said, just don't come home, and I will let you know when it is safe to come home.
And like loved ones of the victims, this homeowner was also in shock after learning what happened to her neighbors.
They kept to themselves, but very friendly, supportive. With my son would have a lemonade stand, and they would come support.
And now this family is left with questions as they are forced to grieve the loss of 2 lives forever.
Chris was a good man. I'm not going to say, but he just did the wrong thing.
And the family of Teresa Adams Pugh plans to lay her to rest this Saturday. They're making funeral arrangements right now. We're in Garner. Akila Davis, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Okay, all right, so I'm looking for the video that I had there, but let's keep on moving to that while I'm looking for it though.
A wife is accused of shooting and killing her husband. Philadelphia police say she tried to cover her tracks, but the investigation pointed to her as the suspect.
She has been arrested as investigators work to figure out why she allegedly pulled the trigger.
Monday night, I'm Shari Williams alongside Gray Hall. The big story on Action News tonight is a neighborhood stunned after a shocking murder.
An engineer for SEPTA is dead. His wife tonight in police custody after he was found in the street in the city's Endor neighborhood. Action News reporter Jessica Curtalia live for us outside Philadelphia Police headquarters with more on what we're learning about this investigation. Jessica.
Yeah, well, Gray and Shari, here at police headquarters, they're investigating this disturbing case of domestic violence as 3 children are left without their parents. Their father killed, their mother now behind bars.
We were shocked. We were totally shocked.
Total mayhem is how Andorra residents described the scene they woke up to on Wednesday morning.
10 cop cars, rescue, fire truck. It's a quiet street. That doesn't happen.
Philadelphia police say just before 7 a.m., officers responded to a report of a person screaming. When they arrived on Bells Mill Road, they found 38-year-old Jordan Baxter lying on a plastic sheet between 2 parked cars with a gun on his chest. Investigators discovered Baxter had been shot in the back of the head, and there was blood on a mattress inside the house. The next morning, 39-year-old Danielle Baxter was arrested and charged with murdering her husband.
Super nice family.
Neighbors who asked that we not show their faces say the couple has 3 children and were very friendly. Jordan Baxter worked as a SEPTA engineer for 14 years. SEPTA released a statement saying, "We're saddened by the tragic loss of Jordan Baxter, who was a veteran regional rail engineer. Our thoughts are with his loved ones at this difficult time."
Very nice.
Again, like you see, those people, they were very nice. They no signs. Yet the brother would just walk, and then the wife pop up right behind him and shot him behind, and shot him in the head and kill him. All right, and kill him. So things like that, beloved, a lot of the people that are not vibrated to the proper frequency, they're gonna be taken out.
Very nice. Yeah. They have children. Very nice.
A neighbor who shares a driveway with the Baxters says she was shocked that she never heard a gunshot.
I guess the way the houses are made, you hear children running up and down the steps, or music, no voices, ever.
Jordan Baxter's parents shared these photos with Action News and started a GoFundMe to help pay for his funeral.
I'm just sad. Very sad.
And when I spoke with Jordan Baxter's parents, they tell me that they were too distraught to go on camera, but they're hoping that people will donate to that GoFundMe so that they can have the funeral that he deserves. We're live tonight at police headquarters. I'm Jessica Cartalia for Action.
Now, this is what I was talking about sexual frustration. The so-called Israelites were known as the tribe of, fell under the tribe of Judah, or most of us were known as Judah, especially the tribe of Judah. Okay, Israelites, men and women, are known as lion and lioness, and we embodied the attributes of lions and lioness. Okay, the sun, a representation of the lion, and the lioness. Of course, they are the king of the savannah or the king of the jungle, whatever. You put a tiger against a lion, the tiger can. You put any animals against a lion, they can never win, because a lion will fight until their heart gave out. They will fight opponents that are bigger, stronger than them. If they have to fight it, they will fight until they either die or that opponent is killed. And a lion, I saw a video of a black dude making fun how male lions are so lazy. You know, they sleep all day, they never did anything. It is always the lioness that's do thing, because that's what they show you. They show you the lioness always hunting. Male lion, they do hunt, they climb tree, and they are mainly there for protection. When the hyena comes, the lions are the one that are protecting the flock. Okay, viewer discretion is advised because of the nature of this video. Okay, fair use. Let me play this. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, this video was uploaded 5 days ago. This channel called Masai Sightings. I love this channel, and I'm not a subscriber, but I watch most of their videos because I took an interest in, well, I've been taking an interest ever since I was a child in wildlife, African wildlife, so to speak. How life itself is a mirror of the jungle that you see, or the savannah, or whatever nature that you see here. Since the so-called Israelites, men and women, we are the lions of nature, and we behave as lions. And if you are the lions of nature, because they know that, okay, 83 know this, the hyenas, they know you are the lion. Therefore, they want you to act as an hyena. Okay, we will compare the mating of lions and the mating of hyenas. Okay, this is lions. I want you to watch this. Okay, all right, this is a lioness lying down, and this is a young lion. You can see it still have the stripes, the dots, excuse me. Okay, all right, let me enlarge this. Oloshona, the male lion that dominates the Atai, Pride, and Nairobi National Park. So this is Oloshona. Okay, young lion, okay? This is the lion mating ritual. All right, be fruitful and multiply. So the mating is done. All right, and the female rejoice, and the male just be there. That's the mating of the lion. Okay, the mating of the so-called Israelite men and the Israelite women. And here's the keeper. All right, here's the keeper. Remember, we are the embodiment of lion. Lions can mate up to 50 times a day, with copulations occurring every 20 to 30 minutes. Lions can mate up to 50 times a day, with copulations occurring every 20 to 30 minutes. And you got a lot of sexual frustration in the midst of our people. If you are a lion, you are not getting copulate. That's why people think it's a sin, because they get horny all the time. They want to get it's in your blood. That's what you are made for. That's what the Most High made you. Be fruitful and multiply. Okay, 50 times a day, every 20 to 30 minutes. People are calling the women whores. People are calling the men whore. Oh, you do this, you do. That's what the church did. It dipped down. This is in your nature. This is in the nature of a lion. So if you take a lion, you literally deprive this lion from a lioness, or you take this lioness, you deprive this lioness from a lion, it will not function as a proper lion or lioness. They won't be able to think, because they can't do what they were made to do. So you got a lot of sexually frustrated women, sexually frustrated men. They're all over. You see the, oh, well, women now stop dating. Modern women in this, we start dating this. Those are sexually frustrated lions. You're supposed to mate 50 times a day, 20 times. If a human being, again, beloved, I'm just, this is metaphorically speaking. I'm not telling our people to go out there and then imitate the lion and then do these things 50. Yo, I'm not telling my people to go out there and then mate 50 times a day and stuff. If you can do this, hey, great glory to the mighty one. It's a beautiful thing, the act of creation and stuff. But lions do this for pleasure. They do this because they are lion. They're supposed to do that. Why do you think they keep getting Judah to do all those things? Why do you think the first thing that Moab did when they met Judah, they sent their women unto us? Why do you think it's like our women are behaving like this? Not because like they are strong. They need to copulate. They need coercious. They need a man out there to come and quench their fire. There's nothing unholy. That's what the church turned out to do to our people. They make them repress their stuff, and then this hash came out of another place, come out another way. Okay, now hyenas. You know what? Let's ask the trusty AI. Hyena reproductive system. Female spotted hyenas exhibit a unique reproductive system with a highly masculinized external genitalia, including a peniform clitoris used for copulation, urination, and birth, and a pseudoscrotum where the external vagina opening would be another female mammal. So female hyenas, they look just like male. This is a female hyena. Okay? Their vagina, okay, look like penis. And then the male has a penis too, and they got a full scrotum. They got a full ball sack, so to speak. That's the female hyena. When you see a male hyena try to mount this female, when you try to insert the female, so it look like it's two penises, connected. This is the mating of two hyena, and it's extremely difficult. This is a female hyena right there. It's extremely difficult for a male hyena, okay, to mount a female hyena because both of them got wing. And you need to connect those two wings. Okay, one of the wing will insert the other wing, and then they will mate. Those are female hyena, okay? All right? Female hyena reproductive system. Okay? Those are females. Okay, you know what? Let's take for those are female hyenas, okay? So-called hermaphrodite hyena explained. They are not hermaphrodites, so to speak. That's what they are. This is an analogy of the so-called 83. That's why they want you to be like them. Get involved with whatever crap they are involving themselves out there, okay? Let us ask our trusty AI, to give us a little bit information concerning the reproduction of, hyenas and stuff like that. So I want some information concerning the reproductive system of hyena, the females and the males, and how often do they copulate to produce offspring?
Sure. In hyenas, the reproductive system is quite unique, especially for females. Female hyenas have an elongated clitoris known as a pseudopenis, which is used for urination, mating, and giving birth. This structure makes mating and birthing more complex. Mating usually occurs when females are in estrus, and it can happen several times over a few days. After a gestation period of around 110 days, females give birth to 1 or 2 cubs. Cubs are usually independent after about a year. Males typically leave their natal clans to join new groups, while females remain in their birth clans. Would you like more details on anything specific?
Yes. So how hard it is for hyena to get pregnant and give birth? How is it? Is it painful because they have a full, somewhat a full penis, so to speak, the female?
Yes, it's pretty challenging for female hyenas. Mating can be tricky due to the pseudopenis, and giving birth is particularly difficult. The birth canal is narrow, and the process can be painful, leading to a higher risk of complications compared to many other mammals. Despite these challenges, hyenas have adapted well, and mothers are very protective and caring of their cubs.
So now concerning lions, what are the reproductive system of lion, and how often do lions copulate during the day, so to speak?
Sure. In lions, the reproductive system is more typical of big cats. Females, or lionesses, come into estrus several times a year, and during this period, they're receptive to mating. When a female is in estrus, she'll mate with a male multiple times a day, often over several days. Each mating session is short but frequent, sometimes occurring every 20 minutes or so, totaling up to 50 times a day. This high frequency increases the chances of successful fertilization. Lions typically breed year-round, depending on food availability and pride dynamics.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What you will just hear here, so-called lions do not have a mating season. We so-called Israelites do not have a mating season. Okay, we do not have a time that this is the time the female is in heat. This is the time the male is in heat. It's a 24/7 thing for us. And if you are not feeding yourself properly, if you are behaving like a freaking hyena, or if you're not getting what you need to get, whether you're for a woman or a man, you're not going to be able to think properly. Yay, there are a period of time you can abstain from that. You can abstain for, or temporarily abstain for this. You cannot abstain from this thing for life. The result is not going to be good for you. The issue going to be mental, physical, astral, spiritual. We used to have a bunch of children. I don't know where our people get this thing about how dirty sex is, how dirty relationship between a man and a woman is. Well, they are bashing this the love of creation, the act of creation, while they're promoting hyena mating. Where two hyena, that's like you're so confused, like which one is the female? Yes, I can see the male has a penis, but that female too has a penis. Well, no, it's not. It's actually a clitoris that is elongated as a. Not only that, the female has scrotum, ball sack. And then we are watching how the so-called hyenas are mating, and then we copy them. Everybody want to be single because, sex is too hard. People like, gang. I'm introvert, I don't want to have sex with anyone because sex is evil. I learned that in the church. Plus, modern women, modern men and stuff like that. I don't know where are people getting this nonsense. When you do this, You stifle your lion or lioness nature. And you become frustrated. Your mind, you don't think the same. You will attack people. People that are being good to you, just attack them. People that you like, it's not like you can't get them. You just already made up your mind, and then you will attack people. The children say something or do something in the house, you'll get angry, you'll beat them up. This is how the so-called Israelite men, this is your embodiment as the lion king or the lion womaness. Men and women, this is your nature. Point blank, period. Stop looking at what those hyenas are doing out there and behave like them. All right, this is what the analogy that I wanted to put to the nation. Then again, beloved, don't, especially the Nogahites, don't be calling me and say, Big Levi, thank you for confirming this for me. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open my lonely fin. And I'm going to make some money. And for the men of the Lord, you, Big Levi, I will send a monthly or weekly check. Well, I'll take the check. Thank you very much in advance. But I'm not here to telling you go ahead and do this thing and stuff like that. This is not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that you need to be self-aware of this. You need to be aware that, hey, man, I haven't get this thing in a while. And there's a frustration in there. I need to acknowledge this and deal with it. Because at any moment, well, multiple moments, this thing will come out in a most weirdest way. And again, there is a great America, okay, is a sexually frustrated nation. Sex is disgusting in this country. Sex is still taboo, except if it's a hyena sex, except if it's backward. Yeah, it will be promoted, except it's debauchery. Okay, a bunch of male lions get together and then they do things. A bunch of females lion, so-called lioness get together, no lion in the midst. Yes. Oh, shit. This thing will be promoted because it's a hyena thing. But a normal thing between a normal from the front door, no. That's what 83 has done to our people. And guess what? You'll see those I will receive the email. I will receive those little comments, people trying to tell you that, well, they are sexual, pansexual, whatever sexual thing they feel the need for you to know about this and feel like you are attacking me. This is a personal attack on me because you know what I am, and then now you're attacking me. People won't go into introspection and reflect upon this. If indeed we are the lions and the lioness of the jungle, of the savannah, of nature, we should embody, again, what the lions, the courage of you got nothing but cowards in the midst of us. You got a bunch of freaking lions and lioness in the midst of us that refuse to do and eat what lions eat. There's a period of time, lions don't eat meats. They eat certain grass, certain herbs to cure themselves or whatever that it is. And after that, they go back to their lion diet. And we have our people that have lions and lioness. They completely and utterly forget the proper diet they should eat. They just abide with one diet and they don't think right. The element is unbalanced in their body, in their mind, and in their soul. Let's keep on moving. Okay, this is Korea, all right? This is Korea now. Okay, this is Korea now. They got over 968,000. This is what they're showing you, unless compared to the Fox News or CBS or whatever. Hey, para! Tornadoes, fire natives.
Wildfires that first broke out in Nisang, North Gyeongsang Province on the weekend are spreading rapidly for the fifth consecutive day, with dry conditions and strong winds hindering efforts to contain the blaze. So far, more than 7,000 firefighters and around 100 helicopters have been deployed to combat the fast-moving fires.
Again, this is the
Additional
technology.
evacuation alerts have been issued in Andong, Cheongsong, Yeongyang, and Yeongdeok, all adjacent to Uiseong County. The fire claimed around 20 lives so far, mostly in their 60s and older, who were found dead in or near their homes and on roads after they failed to get away from the choking smoke and fire.
Fun fact, well, this is not a fun fact, but tragic fact, fire, the smoke will kill you rapidly more than the fire. Most of the people that die in the fire, it's not the actual heat that killed them, it's the smoke that they inhale, they choke, they pass out, then the fire burn them. Of course, beloved, they say, well, 20, 24, 16, 14 people. This thing could be in the thousands, tens of thousands of people perishing over there. But, of course, I mean, we're going to have to go with what they are telling us.
In addition to the civilian death toll, one helicopter used to help put out the fire crashed in Uiseong. Emergency responders confirmed the chopper's pilot has perished in the crash. More than 23,000 residents were forced to evacuate from their homes in 7 cities and counties. Besides the residents, 3,500 inmates from several prisons in the area were relocated for safety. The recent fire, known to be the largest in South Korean history, burned more than 17,400 hectares of land and destroyed hundreds of structures, including a 1,300-year-old Buddhist temple. According to officials from the Korea Heritage Service, the engulfing flames in Uiseong destroyed Gounsa, a Buddhist temple built in the 7th century.
So you got those Buddhist temple that are being burned down and stuff like that. Then again, it's not evil and stuff. Those were our stuff that are perverted. Okay, and then now the Holy One is cleaning the land worldwide, cleaning the entire earth. Okay, we are about to enter. Well, we already enter spring, March 21st. So after spring is done, we will enter summer around like June 21st, so to speak. And you will see a lot of wildfire will happen in Europe, Greece, Turkey, France, Germany, the UK, Portugal, Spain, and Italy. You will see a lot of wildfire and a lot of heat waves. People will die, and people will pretend that none of those things happening, just like the so-called camped and Hebrews that are online never will talk about things like that because they see it, they're watching the video, they just pretend it's not happening. But wait, if that fire happened in the hood, let's say hell in Compton, in Englewood, Little Haiti, somewhere in Atlanta, and 2 black people die under mysterious circumstances, they find them with their hand tied. And then next thing you know, they will take this thing, they will run with it and bring the vibration of our people down. They have no idea what happened. Come to find out, like when that fire happened, those 2 black folk, they were getting it on and they got the freak on and they like the whole tied up things, which is a real thing, by the way. And then doing this stuff and hish happen, they die. Okay?
The UNESCO-listed Haue Folk Village and the Pyeongsan-Seowon Confucian Academy in Andong were also at risk of being engulfed by the fires. Fire trucks and dozens of firefighters are on standby and spraying water around the sites to protect the site. The Korea Heritage Service raised its own disaster alert level to serious and is relocating key cultural artifacts in case the situation worsens. The National Fire Agency, meanwhile, raised the emergency response level by 1 notch to the highest level 3, with acting President Han Duck-soo ordering relevant authorities to deploy all equipment and personnel to contain the wildfires as quickly.
Now look at this is whatever community that is responsible for wildfires and things like that. Okay, you only see like 1 journalist here. I'm assuming with the camera, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty seat, 5, 6 empty seat. Let's count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 empty seats. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 people there and stuff, and which really tell you about their population. Something like that, they should have a bunch of journalists and people there. The room should have been full, but hey, and most of those people that you see here, they are not young folk. Those are people that are entering
and personnel to contain the wildfires as quickly as possible. Now, besides the wildfires in Uiseong, South Korea is trying to douse blazes in Ulju and Sancheon counties in South Gyeongsang province. The Sancheon blaze in particular is near Chirisan Mountain National Park, which is the home of numerous heritage sites.
All right, so this is what's going on and over there in Korea. All right, and this is and again, this next video, this is the behavior they want our lion and lioness to take, because this is the new cool thing for people to do now.
South Korea.
This came out 18 hours ago. All right, Korea's crisis of socially isolated youth.
Korea can look like a very busy place. Cities like Seoul are particularly bustling, but under the fast pace of life, there's a rising threat of loneliness, and it's been pinpointed as a major factor affecting the quality of life of young people in particular. Close to 2 in 3 socially isolated 9 to 24-year-olds have considered suicide based on the government's.
And this is the thing that people are promoting, and the so-called black culture, isolation. To my people out there, you're neither introvert or extrovert. You're both. When it's time for you to be introverted, you're introverted. And when it's time for you to be extroverted, so to speak, you're extroverted. Don't let anyone categorize you into somebody. I stay inside the house when it's time for me to stay inside the house. But I don't leave to stay inside. I'm the king of the mother-loving jungle, man. I'm the king of this savannah, man. I stay inside, just chill, watch a few stuff, do a few things. And then it comes for me to go outside and take care of business, go to work, or do my business outside, and then go get pleasure. So I go outside. But those guys can't do this. You know why? Because there is a curse upon them. There's a great curse in the midst of them. And I see a lot of our folk are promoting this self-isolation as being cool. They don't call it isolation, they call it introvert. Yo, I don't get out, man. I stay in my room all day, all the time. I don't mess with people. I just play video game and stuff. It will work to a certain degree, because it is not in your nature. That's why it is not in nature of any men or women or original people of this earth to lock inside of a room forever until whatever. You will not live long. Those guys, they die in their 40s and 50s. Though a lot of black men die in their 40s and 50s, not because they stay inside, because they get involved with too much crap. Remember what we told you, the way that you effed up your 60s, your 70s is in your 20s. When you're in your teen years, you smoke, you drink all the time because it's cool. You know, you smoke whatever they told you. What is this? Weed, you smoke it. What is this? Cigarette, black and mild, you smoking, you drinking all the time, and it's cool. And by the time you've been doing this for like ever since you were like 16, and by the time you're 40, you've been doing this hashtag for 24 years. Is that what that is? For 24 years. So it will do some damage to you. By the time you're 50, you've been doing this for 34 years, and then you're done. You'll die. That's why Prodigy, DMX, and a bunch of other young, I'm talking about celebrities, a bunch of young celebrities, so to speak, black folk, they die in that age. And those people, of course, over there in Korea, just to let you know, those dudes that are staying in the room, they can't do anything. Pornography is illegal over there, so they have no escape. Some of those dudes they don't know what an oven look like. They don't have that. They are hyenas. They live like hyenas. Well, those guys are even worse than... Those are castrated hyenas, men. Do not be like those guys. Go out there, enjoy life. Don't be looking at things of gloom and doom like 83. Their future or gloom and doom, your future is thriving. Well, we're all supposed to.
First nationwide survey of its kind, with just under 20,000 participants. The survey narrowed down on young Koreans who'd not been at school, university, or work for 3 months or more. It excluded those who might be in that situation due to disabilities. Over 5,400 met the official definition of reclusive, the majority of whom were female, though it's not clear if that's because boys were reluctant to express themselves as candidly, or due to other reasons. A more focused survey of over 2,000 reclusive respondents discovered that more than 6 in 10 had thought about taking their own lives. Only a quarter of them were even eating regularly, and most weren't sleeping normally. Perhaps most surprising was the role of families, or lack thereof. Nearly 30% believed their relatives weren't even aware of their isolation, and more than a quarter thought their families didn't view the situation they were in as being serious. But over 7 in 10 did say they wanted to change, and most had tried to do so. This leaves loved ones, government officials, and anyone else who's interested to try to help them find a way out. Because the feeling of isolation and even desperation is trending upward. Government data from earlier this month showed that the percentage of youth in South Korea defined as isolated surpassed the 5% mark in 2024.
That's why the Korean government, the Korean president had to declare martial law, because he want the people to mate. He want the men and the women to get it on. The South Korean president told the women, hey, preheated this oven to 400 degrees. And the men get this third leg working, because we need the children. We need this. We already reach population collapse. We need you to go out there and get busy. We want the South Korean fellow say, I want to hear this. That's what the South Korean president want to hear in that chamber. I don't want to hear you people coming over there and telling me you are isolated, or I'm an introvert, gang, I'm asexual. You can get killed over there for that. I'm pansexual. I identify as some kind of pot and pans. I identify as a bucket. I identify as a fan, a ceiling fan, and none of this bull, man. They need people there, and it's a curse, and they are done. Is that thing recording? Is it recording? Is it? Is that thing? Is it? Yeah.
But double the rate from 2 years earlier.
Okay, so that's enough. No, South Korea. Okay, all right. Let's pick this again. There's a video here. I believe this one.
More elementary, middle, and high schools in Korea are set
That was a month ago. Okay.
to close this year amid the ongoing population decline. According to data from the Education Ministry, a total of 49 schools nationwide will be shutting down this year. The number of schools closing due to a student shortage has increased rapidly in recent years, from 22 in 2023 to 33 last year. By region, South Jeolla Province.
Let's put that into perspective.
Rapidly in recent years nationwide will be shutting down this year. The number of schools closing due to a student shortage has increased rapidly in recent years, from
2023 to 2025. And 2023, they closed down 22 schools. Beloved, listen. Please take sense of this. Those are not 22 children don't come to school, or 22 teenagers, or 22 people don't go to school. Those are 22 schools closed down. Let's say 22 schools each have 200. Let's do a math here. Let's talk to our friendly AI right there. See what's going on here. Hypothetically speaking, let's say if you have 22 school, elementary school, and 33 the high school, and 49 middle school. uh, how many children they usually have each school, and let give me the numbers of how many kids each of them have in total.
To get a rough estimate, let's assume average student populations for each type of school. Elementary schools typically have around 400 students, middle schools might have about 600 students, and high schools often have about 1,000 students. So with 22 elementary schools, 33 high schools, and 49 middle schools, you'd have about 8,800 elementary students, 33,000 high school students, and 29,400 middle school students. The total would be around 71,200 students across all schools. Keep in mind, these are rough estimates.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oops. Now you got about 71,000 children that they don't have. They close down the school. This is rough estimate. A school like a typical whatever that is, the elementary can have 400-500 kids in there. Okay, high school can have 1,000 or more. They close 49 of them. I'm not quite sure if the 49 high school. We're gonna keep going to the video. Those are not children, 22 kids, 23 students. No, those are actual school. They closed down in 2023, they closed 22. 2024, they closed 33. And 2025, they already closed 49. And people are going to sit there and say, this is Jacob's trouble. And people are going to sit there and say, well, the elite or 83 are multiplying and then they're going to take over the earth. You know, you would need somewhat a population to do that, right? That's why, in order for the Holy One to let those people to take over our land, he had to reduce our population and it augmented theirs. Okay?
22 in 2023 to 33 last year. By region, South Jeolla Province led the pack with 10 schools planned to shut down, followed by South Chingcheong Province with 9, North Jeolla Province with 8, and
okay, look at the school. This is very depressing, man. Look at the schools are big, okay? This is a huge school, man. This is not a school that you can put 100 students here. Okay, this is about like 1,000 to 2,000 kids, green grass. You see how everything is dead. It's just gray. Everything is gray out there. It's gray. The grass is dead. Everything is gray. Look at this.
followed by South Chingcheong Province with 9, North Jeolla Province with 8, and Kangwon Province with 7 schools. None of the closing schools were in Seoul, but 6 were in Gyeonggi Province. By school level, 38 out of the 49 schools were elementary schools, accounting for the overwhelming.
Okay, 38 out of whatever that's closed were elementary schools. Okay, kids, children's school. There are no kids. There are no kids. So why would you let those schools open? Because no kids are going there. People, they cannot. The population of the Hyena is. Oh boy.
Majority, while 8 were middle schools and 3 were high schools. Meanwhile, the number of elementary schools that did not have any first graders rose to 180 from 112 last year. At the same time, the number of incoming elementary school students nationwide has also dropped to a record low of 320,000 due to the country's declining birth rate. Ministry officials said given the downward trend, the figure will drop below 300,000 next year. Now, with the decline in the school-age population, more and more schools will inevitably close going forward.
How long we are into this? Oh, good grief. Okay, so this is just a little perspective to give you and what the hell is going on over there in South Korea. Okay, the reason is because Genesis 15 verse 13, and he said unto Abraham, no, Abraham know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, they shall afflict them 400 years. 16:19, 2019. Right after 2019, you enter 2020. You can see it. 2020 is a loop. And I don't care what those, excuse me, I don't care what those people are telling us out there. They never got out of 2020. Okay, 2020 is a loop. The moment 2020 got there, they never got out of it. Yay, they make 2020 all about that that tick. You know, those people that took the tick and then put it in the tack. So they made it about that. But 2020 is still going on. It's looping back. Okay, we are right back. Well, at least they are right back in the loop. Remember, the loop started in 2020, March of 2020, and then they're right back in this loop. Okay, keep looping back, keep looping back. So 400 years is over. And then again, Genesis 15, verse 14, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. So, and the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham, as we said it before, the plague that you've been witnessing is fiery conflagration of the cities. It's only going to get worse. It's not going to stop nor slow down. At one point, they're just not going to talk about it, and they won't be able to cover it. Okay, so all those things, for instance, the airplane's still crashing. It's just I don't report that anymore because we got way better and bigger things to do. Okay, let's keep on moving, beloved. We got about another 20 minutes to go. Now, notice, beloved, they're only showing you last building and things like that. They're showing you the house. The same thing they were doing they never show you the burnt bread. They're always showing you, like, you know, trees and stuff like that, and come to find out a lot of people perish in these things. Okay, let's keep on moving.
And we're following this breaking news out of East LA, and that's where you can see a building is on fire.
Eliana Moreno live for us in News Chapter 4. Eliana.
And this building is located on Atlantic Boulevard near Telegraph here in East Los Angeles, just north of the Citadel. Now, this is a fire that broke out about 30 minutes ago in a large commercial building, possibly some sort of community center. This is the LA County Fire Department that is on scene battling this fire in what's called a defensive mode. That means that it is simply too dangerous for the firefighters to be in the building or on the roof. In fact, the roof has already collapsed, so they are in a defensive posture here with those heavy streams and those ladders surrounding the building. At this point, the cause of the fire is under investigation, and it's also unknown if anyone was in the building when the fire broke out, but they continue to battle this one. I saw flames just a second ago, not seeing too much in the way of flames now, but still a lot of heavy smoke that can be seen for miles here from East Los Angeles. Now reporting from News Chopper 4, I'm Eliana Moreno.
All right, so this was in East LA. Let me see. There's another fire here in Fort-Lauderdale. Okay, I did not want to take this, but that's 2 years ago. All right, so it just so let's keep on moving.
This amazing blue spot.
Now again, watch this, beloved. Listen to what they are saying.
This amazing blue spiral was seen floating over Europe yesterday. Time-lapse video was recorded in Croatia. People from the United Kingdom to Poland reported seeing it. UK's National Meteorological and Climate Agency says it was likely caused by a SpaceX rocket launch earlier that day. They say the spiral was the result of the rocket's frozen exhaust plumes spinning in the atmosphere and reflecting sunlight.
And this is the garbage they keep telling people. Oh, that thing?
This amazing blue spiral was seen floating over Europe yesterday. Time-lapse video was recorded in Croatia. People from the United Kingdom.
So that thing that looked geometrically beautiful, that's Elon Musk with his space rocket over there in Croatia. You remember what he did over there? And Florida with the meteor shower. Well, it's the Elon Musk doing this space rocket. You know, nothing. I don't need to stuff. It's just the fume and stuff like that. People do not realize how big this thing is. This thing that happened in the sky is bigger than this entire Earth. You can fit multiple Earth inside of this. A rocket did this? Of course, beloved, they have to tell those people what it is, but those are horrible omen upon those people. and they haven't seen nothing yet. At one point, they won't be able to say SpaceX. They will they won't even address it because it will be too blatant.
Kingdom to Poland reported seeing it. UK's National Meteorological and Climate Agency says it was likely caused by a SpaceX rocket launch earlier that day. They say the spiral was the result of the rocket's frozen exhaust plumes spinning in the atmosphere and reflecting sunlight.
A bunch of garbage.
A remarkable survival story from Alaska. A man and two children surviving
about the airplane. They are still doing this. Okay, that was a day ago. March 25th. Today is like 27, 28. But you know that.
Plane crash into an icy lake, spending the overnight hours huddled in the wreckage until finally being spotted. This is the image of a small plane hours after crashing into an icy lake in Alaska. A man and two children standing on the wing of the partially submerged plane. The details of their survival just now coming to light.
I looked down and I could see the ice over the lake that's up there at the moraine at the toe of the glacier. And I could see kind of a dark spot.
The plane, like this one, had been reported overdue Sunday night. The Coast Guard and Alaska National Guard then launching a search. Good Samaritans also flying early yesterday to search the Kenai Peninsula. And thanks to cell phone pings, they focused on the area around Tustamena Lake.
At first, I could tell it was an airplane wing. And so I made an announcement on the radio that I think I may have spotted them. I could see that there was 3 people on top of the wing. It was really good to see.
Their ordeal floating on the wreckage of that plane had lasted some 12 hours with overnight temperatures near freezing.
They spent a very cold, long, dark, wet night out on top of the wing of an airplane on soft ice, and it's a miracle. When I first saw the wing up there, it broke my heart because I know what happens when airplanes break through the ice. Fortunately, they got out of the airplane in time, either before it sank all the way or they got out through the skylights.
Other pilots were in the area at the time.
It was incredible to be a part of it and to find him. The fact that the community pulled together is exactly what I would expect of fellow Alaskans.
So nice to see everyone come together. The pilot and the kids were taken to the hospital. No word overnight on their conditions.
So yes, things like that. It's still happening. All right, it's still happening, and I don't report that, because there's a lot of stuff that's keep going on. So. Yeah, let's keep on moving. Oh, wait, hang on. Before we move, 3
wildfires continue to burn across Polk County despite this morning's rain showers.
Crews have arrived from other areas to fight the fires, both on the ground and from the air. The fires have now burned more than 5,700 acres.
And here we saw from Griffith, North Carolina Volunteer Fire Department heading out.
Right now we've got over 240 resource personnel here on this fire. We've gotten more today. We're going to have more tomorrow. So we've requested resources from all over the country, not only North Carolina, but as far away as Washington State.
This afternoon, the Forest Service finished up work on a public board with a post of the map that shows all 3 fires. It's outside popular Saluda restaurant Purple Onion. The map helps to show you that they're within a few miles of one another, these fires. Saluda is safe and the main street needs...
Okay, so this is in North Carolina, 0% contained. This came out 2 days ago, March 24th. And again, like I said before, they cannot contain this. Those people ain't gonna get out of this, beloved. Okay, this is not something they can just we decided that the Earth is too hostile for us to stay. We're gonna go to Mars now. We're gonna go to the moon now. We're gonna go live on Venus. We're gonna go this, or we're gonna go live underground. They ain't gonna go nowhere. They're going to have to stay in there and clean up this mess that they made. Great glory. Let's keep on moving. Oh, we already watched that.
It's a terrifying home invasion. A man with a flashlight enters a single mom's house and ends up caught on her security camera. And when she looked at the video, she knew who it was right away. Here's why.
It's terrifying. A man caught on security tape breaking into a home.
What made this even more shocking is the identity of the intruder. It was 43-year-old Marie Columna's pastor. There he was in her kitchen, clearly identifiable.
You would never think a pastor would do anything bad to anyone.
When you follow God's vision. And it's not just any church. 49-year-old Sergio Guardia was a pastor at a mega church, the 24,000-member Thomas Road Baptist Church in Lynchburg, Virginia. Maria and her husband were very close with the pastor and his wife, as seen in this photo. What was Pastor Guardia like?
Very charismatic, extremely nice.
But after she divorced her husband, Marie says the pastor's behavior became increasingly odd.
He started just showing up to my house. My kids wouldn't be home. It'd be in the middle of the day. And he would just show up and bring me groceries. He did that a handful of times. Sometimes I would get home and he'd be right on my porch. So I couldn't even avoid him.
But nothing prepared her for this. Surveillance video, which was taken while she was away for the weekend with her 2 kids.
I just couldn't process that it was Sergio.
Lo and behold, he came back the next day.
I was watching the live feed of him entering my daughter's bedroom.
She called the cops, and you can see them with guns drawn. They even use a police dog in their search, but the pastor had already fled. Guardia was charged with burglary and stalking.
Guardia has been found guilty, and a senior pastor confirms he's no longer employed by the mega church.
So people are shocked. Oh my God, a pastor! He break into this woman's house. A pastor from mega church, and I don't know. This is just I don't know why this happened and stuff. Really, those are the people that you go to bring you into heaven. Those are the people that have the authority over what God said. Those are the people that come over there and tell you John said. Those are the people that say love God, love people. And behind closed door, this is their behavior. And folks are shocked that I don't understand this. This is our Paul. This is this. No, this is their regular behavior. She is lucky that she wasn't there because he was preparing to make the move on her. You see, men like this can do that. They won't be. Nobody will call them out. Let this happen. It was TD Jakes. Oh boy! Black folk would have, the internet would have break down. Let this happen. It was like a, I don't know, Creflo Dollar. They would have dragged the fellow. Just like they dragged Sir Sean Conn and Sean Carter. But when it comes to 83's men, everybody act like, wow, I was watching the game last night, man. We need more players. We need to do this. But yeah, we got this mega church pastor. He broken into this woman's house, go to the woman's daughter. Oh hell! Let this thing would have been like any black man that was a pastor that broke in this man's daughter, in this woman's daughter's womb. This would have automatically qualified this person as a pedophile. Who is a pedophile? They are pedophile and stuff like that. Black men are pedophile and stuff like that. People are talking about pedophilia. They have no idea what pedophilia is. We keep telling you, so-called men like this, men like this, like Jared Leto, the subway guy. What's his name again? Jared, the subway guy. Okay, this is Jared. All right, subway guy. I mentioned this dude a lot because back then he had an interview on YouTube where he was telling his girlfriend how easy it is to get down with a 4 or 6 year old girl. Okay, and he was explaining that him hanging out with celebrities, Hollywood people, though he was not into this type of thing. and he was somewhat enticed. People were offering him, and he didn't want to do anything. People were like, oh, yo, no, man, things like that. Hey, many people do this. Many of the celebrity did this. Just give me $45,000 a week, for my 6-year-old daughter, for my 5-year-old daughter, and then you're good. So that's what, Jared was doing. And those children, so to speak, they are trained in this act. Okay, because they don't know what they are doing. They are trained them in this type of act. And they don't see anything wrong with it because their parents trained them, and their parents told them, they buy them toys, they buy them gift, okay, and the kids they don't see that something wrong because they were raised like that. Sir, this is a pedophile. See, a pedophile, so to speak, he doesn't, if the whoever the party is, if he already reached puberty or around like 16, 17, they don't need that. They are not interested in anyone that have hair in the wrong places. Okay, true pedophile, those priests, pedophilia is a form of power. Those guys see it. You see, a 16 or 17-year-old boy or girl can fight. A 15 can fight. They can yell. But a 4 or 3-year-old, an infant and a baby, they cannot fight. They have no power. That's why Greek beauty statue Venus. That's why the statues are always represented the women with armless, so she won't fight. This is not something that, oh well, over time, okay, this is a bust, okay, this is a bust, but over time that the hands of the woman fell. No, this is the Grecian depiction of women taking her powers away so she won't fight. Okay, they can just grab her and force their way upon her. She can fight. Okay, Greek statue. Okay, when you look at the Greek statue, okay, the man, his genitals, they put it as a genitals of as a child. This is not the genital of a grown man. Some people would think, okay, well, this is the genital of their man and stuff like that. They are not interested in that. Okay, they're interested. They put the genitals as babies. Some of them are just newborn genitals because that's what it is. It's a form of power. Okay, all right. Okay, they will have very small, okay, children-like genital, and they will put it in there. That's how they make their stuff. That's what those people do. Okay, a dude like this, nobody call him out. Nobody say anything. Black folk will not drag this guy into the mud. And they will not call those actual real pedophile. But they will listen to conspiracy theories. They will listen to rumors. Okay, they will listen to people that say, oh, well, this guy was convicted because he was trafficking children and stuff like that, where there is no proof, where there's nothing, but he looks like us, they convicted him. And when you guys like this dude, and then they will give them pass. Okay? Buffalo accuses pedophilia. Okay? Clergy abuse victim call for Bishop Malone's resign. Okay? For those of you that didn't know this, there was a huge issue in Buffalo, New York. Okay?
Developments in the ongoing church sex scandal in Buffalo's Catholic Diocese.
Bishop Richard Malone has placed another priest on administrative leave following allegations that date back nearly a quarter century. Also, a group called Road to Recovery now issuing an ultimatum to the bishop: release all files on suspected pedophile priests or resign. Our chief investigator Charlie Specht following this story from the very beginning and has this update.
I think Buffalo, New York is Boston, Massachusetts west. The same level of cover-up that occurred in Boston has occurred in the Diocese of Buffalo.
So you got those pedophile priests, okay, that are, some of them even have daycare things where people will leave their babies. and they will leave their little kids and stuff like that. They are not interested in any. If a child reach puberty, this is not pedo. Study the Greek. They are not into this. They are not. They are into little babies, little infant, and those people, they are well aware of that. They keep silence for years. This dude been doing this thing for a quarter century, like over 25 years, and they know about it up until they enter ages, and then they start putting those guys out. And this video came out 6 years ago in 2018. It got 292 views. Okay, when that huge scandal was over there in Boston and stuff, black folk nobody talk about it. Hell, let that person look like us. Next thing you know, black men are the pedophile. Black men are the face of pedophilia. When R. Kelly, allegedly, they said he slept with this 16, 15-year-old girl, people are calling him pedophile. He's like a pedophile. He's doing. And when you listen to the story, well, how the mother, will take money and bring the daughter unto him, you're like, what the hell is going on? You people knew these things. You participate in that. Now the fellow doesn't have any more money to pay you. Now he's a pedophile? What about those dudes? What about those people that Bishop Malone, that been doing this thing for 25 years and nobody say hish about it?
Sexual abuse victims are outraged at new allegations against a Buffalo priest and what they say the diocese knew about it, and they're turning their anger now to Bishop Richard Malone.
They knew about those things. Just like black folk, most of them out there that are online, calling black men pedophile, they knew those things going on. But when you put the black man in there, you call him a pedophile, it bring more views. It bring more sponsors. More people are watching. But a dude like this, they don't care. Okay?
Deceiving. He's actively deceiving the Catholic Church in Buffalo.
This is making them more and more angry.
The anger stems from a report in Sunday's Buffalo News, which detailed the story of the Reverend Fabian Mariansky, who admitted to having sex with a teenage girl at St. Patrick's Church in Barker 2 decades ago, and who was allowed by diocesan leaders to say Mass in Clarence until recently. The allegations of abuse were reported in 1995 by the girl's lawyer, and Mariansky was removed from ministry but then returned, even getting a building named after him at St. Andrew's Church in Sloan, and leaving abuse advocates like Robert Hotzen shocked.
This is outrageous behavior. When will it stop? Well, it will stop when Bishop Malone...
He was removed from ministry but then returned, even getting a building named after him at St. Andrew's Church in Sloan.
So this dude did all those stuff. Guess what? They rewarded him. They named a church after him. And during the whole fiasco when this video was going on in 2018, that's when the whole Bill Cosby things was, I believe the whole R. Kelly things was out there. People were calling the fellow all type of name. He's a freak and stuff. Really? You act like you never listened to one of those R. Kelly songs. I'm a flirt. The guy, he literally come out there telling you, I am a wolf. And you people were like, oh, well, I'm a sheep, and then he's a wolf. I mean, like, he's a cool wolf, man. He's those Ewan. He's those little baby sheep, just chill with them, man. He's a wolf. He ain't gonna do this. He's not like the other wolf out there. And then you guys, you guys are shocked. While those dudes were doing these things, you do know that the Catholic, the Buffalo Catholic Diocese is bankrupt, okay? They bankrupt. They got bankrupt. They got sued. Let me see how much money they got sued. Oh, you know what? Let me go right here. There we go. Buffalo Catholic Diocese is sued. Okay. All right. How much money? They even got in their homepage. They even got a place you can report. Diocesan youth rally. Oh boy. Get involved. Report abuse. Okay, this is their woo. Yo, this is the Buffalo Diocese website. They have a button there, report abuse. This should have never happened in any website or any religious website. Report abuse. File a report. Okay, call 911 if it's imminent danger exists. Law enforcement, Allegheny, Catoris, Chattanooga, Genesis, Niagara, Wyoming. Excuse me. Contact victim assistance. Report alleged abuse by a bishop or mishandling of allegation of sexual abuse. Because that's what the Catholic Church did. They are the one that told every single people, okay, sex is disgusting. Sex is dirty. The woman was the one who gave Adam the bread, the apple that made Adam sin. Women are filthy. Their body. You would be better sleeping with a man than a woman. This is the law. Okay, this is actually a law, a Catholic law. Okay, there is let me see if I can find this right quick. Oh boy, I need to play that again. Okay, let's finish this and then I'm gonna try to get the video.
And leaving abuse advocates like Robert Hotzen shocked.
This is outrageous behavior. When will it stop? Well, it will stop when Bishop Malone reveals every bit of it, or he has to resign.
The bishop, in response, issued a written statement that reads, "While these issues of abuse predate my arrival as Bishop of Buffalo in 2012, it has become my responsibility to lead our diocese through the proper handling of abuse from the past." But abuse victim James Falazak says the bishop is to blame here because he chose to leave Mariansky off the list of credibly accused priests in March.
If you can't give that information to the public, if you can't give real comfort to victims, you should step aside and allow somebody who has the heart of a shepherd and the courage of a shepherd to do this hard work.
Now, the bishop says he's reopening this investigation, and he's now put Mariansky, this retired priest, on leave from Nativity Church in Clarence, where he was saying masses.
These new names are being exposed. How many names are now on this list?
Yeah, the original list by the diocese started at 42 credibly accused priests. Our reporting and others have increased that number now to 64.
64.
64. All right. Thank you, Charlie, for your reporting tonight.
Oh crap, sorry, I've been talking. I'm gonna play this anime. It's called Revenger, episode 7. And there is Tokyo Revenger, but this is not Tokyo Revenger, okay? This is Revenger, all right? This is the Catholic thing. That's what they've been doing. It's a law, all right? In this episode, okay? Now watch and listen, all right? Forgive me if your YouTube, tell me to remove that. I'm gonna have to remove it. If you see this cut, I'm gonna remove it. If they black the video, and then I'm going to explain at the end, just in case if they remove it. Okay.
I'm confused. Why are we here so late?
Just wait. You'll find out soon.
Good evening, venerable sirs. I hope that you will honor us with your prayers again tonight.
What? Why are these women here?
Women? Look again, fool.
They're all male prostitutes?
Indeed they are. Which means we wouldn't be committing the sin of lying with a woman.
But why?
These beauties you see before you are not impure women. They are your guides, here to lead you on your path to enlightenment through the wondrous works of the God of Bliss. We hope you find it a joyful experience.
This is your first time, isn't it, Sekou? Why don't you have the first pick?
You want me to choose?
Bless you, bless you.
What's this smell? It can't be. Opium? I have no desire to partake in this.
What a cruel thing to say. My name is Ichinojo, and despite my lowly station, I am not beneath shame.
From your bearing and way with words, I would assume that your family is of some repute. So why sully yourself? Temperance sharpens the senses. I can smell the opium on you from here. You were samurai?
These walls have ears, and there's always someone listening. Stop talking. I don't want you to end up like me.
I don't understand.
For your own sake, please be quiet.
Now then, any developments with our newest guest?
Things are progressing nicely. He's being guided to the enlightenment of pleasure as we speak.
That's such wonderful news. It's always the high-minded moralists that fall the hardest in the end.
Don't say that. These men aren't falling to anything.
This is true. Our role is to assist the lost so they may find the true joys of enlightenment.
Yes, please forgive me. Though I think we can all agree it would be such a shame if Sekou were to remain a monk.
Sister, that's perfect. Imagine him in a kimono, hairy grown. He could be quite fetching.
Seems we've made a divine connection.
Now, this is what the Catholic Church been doing, all right? In the beginning, you heard what he said, what are those? He's a monk, a Catholic priest, okay? They went to Japan to spread Catholicism, so to speak. And then this is a dude, this is a man right there, all right? So when he got over there, and this is the nun that they have, these things like that, this is not fiction, beloved. It actually, they have things like that. It's not like they had it. They have things like that till this day. They taught the men. Listen to what the one of the elders told him, because he's a young guy. He wanted a life where he prayed to people and healed people. He wants to do good, because that's what the Catholic Church portray out there. Up until he get involved with them. Okay, the sex scene in this thing was violent, man. You know, the whole sex scene in this thing is, that thing is graphic, but it is historically accurate, okay?
I hope that you will honor us with your prayers again tonight.
Okay? He thought he is coming to this place to pray for people and heal them. But those guys are veterans, okay? They've been there before. Okay, he cannot look at the women, he cannot look women in the eye, because, you know, it is forbidden to do this. So they brought those women unto them.
What? Why are these women here?
Women? Look again, fool.
He said, women, look again, fool. So he looked again, he saw the one in the middle have breasts, and she's short. Okay, she got wide hips, and then look at the way she presented her hand and herself, and look at the other one. Okay, they are way taller than her, and they got broad shoulders, and they are not wearing, you know, what she's wearing. Okay,
all male prostitutes?
Indeed they are, which means we wouldn't be committing the sin of lying with a woman.
But
lying with a woman is a Catholic sin. It is a law. If you are a man in the Catholic Church and the Baptist Church or any type of religion, Buddhist or that's how you see the so-called Ishmaelites or those Arabs out there. They freaking hated women. That's how you see the camp. They hated women, not because of the Bible or religion, because it is in their credo. It is in the blood. Lying with a woman is the greatest sin a man can commit. That's what they see it. And that's why he said, at least we won't commit the sin of lying with a woman, because the woman is impure and dirty. It is something that still this day, it is propagated. And they have women, okay, beloved, that are out there promoting this thing. How women should not be touched because they are dirty. How women should not be get involved with sexual activity with men because their bodies are impure. This was the doing of the Catholic Church during that time. Ever since the Grecian, the so-called the Greek came out with this, all right, the woman perfected it. The woman empire, Roman, woman, not women, but Roman or Roman Empire. They perfected that. All right, this is the Roman Catholic Church monk. Those guys are veteran. This dude has no idea what's going on. They drug those samurai. They owe debt. They have them sleep with this. This thing happened all the time, and then it is a law in the Catholic Church that lying with a woman is the greatest sin a man can ever commit.
Why?
These beauties you see before you are not impure women.
Okay, those are not impure women. You can see those giant Adam apple. Okay, they have Adam apple and they are not impure women. They are men dressing as women and they are pure. So therefore, if you lie with them, you are not committing any sin. Again, beloved, you can ask any of those priests out there. They tell you that's a law in the Catholic Church. Yet, so-called black folk out there that are making those silly little videos, they won't call things like that out. They won't say, hey man, you Catholics, man, you guys did a lot. You religion, Catholics, Baptists, or whatever, whoever you guys did a lot of damage, son. Okay?
They are your guides, here to lead you on your path to enlightenment through the wondrous works of the God of Bliss. We hope you find it a joyful experience.
This is your first time, isn't it, Sekou? Why don't you have the first pick?
Okay, so this dude, he didn't know. He was a righteous dude, but he got caught up in this again, and then he ended up. And when he got, slept with the dude said, "Be quiet," because if he didn't do this with this man, they would have killed him, or they would have drugged him and make him into a prostitute himself. That's why the dude say, "Be quiet." They are listening to you. And then if you don't do what the Catholic Church tell you to do, so you're not part of them, they will kill you. Okay, that's why the act was committed. All right, this thing was brutal. Now you got the natural act. Okay, this is the proper one. A woman and a man. This is the closest you can get to the Messiah, God Almighty. But they took this, they perverted it. Okay, they have women in there. Those were women. Okay, those were women. All those women are up there. Okay, they were women. Me. And they wanted to do this. Some of them did it sometime occasionally. But and then you got this man right there, okay?
Though I think we can all agree it would be such a shame if Sekou were to remain a monk.
Sister, that's perfect. Imagine him in a kimono, hairy grown. He could be quite fetching.
Seems we've made a divine connection.
Okay, so now he's an initiate now, so to speak. So he committed the deed with this dude. Now,
so your family tasked you with coming here to Nagasaki, but then you were poisoned by opium and forced into prostitution. I'm so sorry.
My family's still in Edo, and as far as I know, they think I'm dead. Do you have any siblings?
I don't.
I have one, a younger brother. I know he'll do well as the head of the family. It's my one bit of peace.
This doesn't have to be your life.
If I could bite my vendetta into a gold coin.
Don't say that. Stacking sin atop sin solves nothing.
I'm trapped here. What else can I do?
And that's how those people felt, man. Once you get down to business like this, you trap. They don't know how to get out. And they just accept the fate that this is how they're supposed to be. Until years later. And then they come out, the trauma come out, and then they just, want to get things out. They trap, okay?
You could always join a temple. The Buddha accepts all, no matter what kind of life they've lived.
Okay, I'm not quite sure what happened here.
Well, as the head of the family, it's my one bit of peace.
This does.
I can't hear anything. Uh-oh, what happened?
Doesn't have to be your life.
If I could bite my vendetta into a gold coin.
Don't say that. Stacking sin atop sin solves nothing.
I'm trapped here. What else can I do?
You could always join a temple. The Buddha accepts all, no matter what kind of life they've lived.
How can I leave after all this?
He's broken.
There must be a way you can be free.
I hope so.
And then the priest left. Okay, so they're supposed to be Buddhist priests and stuff like that, but they were Catholic priests anyway. Okay, so, and then they that's what they do. And they will get those young men and they will drug them. It's the same thing. This stuff's still going on. That's why a lot of so-called cowboy men, they are heavily into drug because they can't get this thing out of their mind. They were trapped into doing this thing, whether they were promised riches or they owe money or they just went out with friends, they get drunk, and then they realize what have been done unto them. Okay? I believe they killed this guy though. I believe they killed him. Those are all dudes.
Oh dear. Is something wrong with your ceremonial medicine?
No, it's fine.
She's evil.
No amount of lipstick can turn a man into a better liar. I can see it on that pretty face of yours that something's on your mind. Did that monk put strange ideas in your head?
No, ma'am. He was just kind to me, that's all.
So, the whole thing, man, it was, I think, yeah, they killed him. I think they killed him. Yeah, I think they did.
No, ma'am. He was just kind to me, that's all.
Would you like to know more about him? The reason he became a monk was that he lost his family in a pandemic. He had a younger brother who'd be around your age now had he survived.
I had no idea.
It is tragic for a man like him to be haunted by such a dark shadow. Unless he finds his salvation through you.
What's that?
Smoking is but one of many ways for you to take your medicine.
Oh yeah, they're injecting him with the opioid or whatever. But I believe that they killed the guy. You know, the whole thing. He was thinking about the stuff that he did, and then again, this is the Japanese thing. You know, this dude. He's a Chinese. That guy. This is how he looks. Okay, but anyway, I don't want to spoil the whole thing. Great anime, great thing, historically accurate, beautifully written, you know, beautifully made. It's really hard to watch. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in there, but the problem is, you know, a lot of those so-called people would not call those guys out there and stuff like that. This thing was graphic, man. I'm like, God damn, they put their whole sex scene in there, like, yo, good Lord. But anyway, man, let's keep on moving.
We are continuing to follow breaking news tonight at 11 as wildfires continue to burn in North and South Carolina.
Burn bans remain in place for both states.
All right, it's already time. I've been in there too long. Okay, beloved. Let's play. Oops. For those of you that wish to get involved with the art class, you want to do this. Okay, if you wish to know how to do this, get involved with the art class. You can go ahead and send an email to lightwarrior 8k at gmail. You'll have the brother and the sister will go ahead and how they call this thing again? Oh boy. Here we go. What is this? There we go. You will have the brother and the sister. They will guide you to the class, and if you want to make things like that,
levitate, 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 yeah, levitate, 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 not elevate, levitate, 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 yeah, levitate, 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 not elevate, levitate.
Is that thing recording?
Yes, it is.
Natural innovator integral. Fiery plague in America and Europa. Conflagration 83's confused, asking why. Genesis 15:13 says hallelujah. Jacob's trouble is over, thus say Yahweh. By his power we have manna, we say all praise Yah. By the guide of Rack Mama we say Gloria. Mene, mene, take you to Babylon.
Levitate, 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 levitate.
Genesis 15:13 says hallelujah. Jacob's trouble.
If you want to know how to do those things, you can go ahead and sign up, and then the brothers and the sister that are over the art class will show you how to do this. Okay. That's it. Well, a little word of wisdom, a little word of caution. To my people out there that are seeking knowledge, that are new to this, the first thing, or the number one rule about knowledge is to know that you know nothing. Okay, you are just seeking knowledge. One thing I do not want our people, my king, my queen, the lion, the lioness out there, is to behave like hyenas, is to embody the characteristics of other animals, live like a lion. Be in that case, join the pride. Okay, the lion, a group of lion, a lioness called a pride, so to speak. Now, I want my people to behave as such. I want you to embody the characteristics of the sun. Be brilliant. Okay, be strategic. Be tactical. I don't want my people to go online and repeat all sort of garbage others are repeating. If you are frustrated, if you are having certain things you are dealing at home, especially if it has something with dealing with family or your job, go into introspection. Let your anger out first. One of the exercises you can do, you can get a mirror, okay? And speak to the mirror and speak to yourself. Get angry, let all this frustration out. You can do the rice homework, okay? Get all your frustration out onto this thing. I don't want my people to be always emotional. They watch the news, a black person got shot, or they find two black people somewhat dead somewhere, that something you have no idea who those people are, they're not connected to you. Yet you go ahead, you watch people that are telling you this is Jacob's trouble, they are coming for us, be prepared, get food, starvation is coming. The Holy One, our Mother, the Holy Spirit, will not let her children starve. We will not starve to death. We will not being raped. We will not gonna get to Jacob's trouble. Please keep your vibration high. Keep the vibration of the nation high. Be at peace. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. We've been saying this because that's what it is. We'll leave you with love. We'll leave you with peace. Our Passover is coming April the 4th. I say shalom.